Upon returning from their vacation in Brazil, Bobby noticed an itchy pimple on his back. His mother Susan didn't think it was that important until it wouldn't go away. She rushed to the hospital with her boy after getting a shock, and what came out turned everyone's stomachs. "Mom, it's still itchy," Susan said. Bobby complained again. He scratched his back during their flight home from Brazil, even though she told him to stop several times and it would disappear. "I don't want to hear anything more about that pimple," she said as she settled the clothes that needed laundering after the vacation. It had been a few hours since they got home from the airport, but Bobby felt no relief. "Please, Mom, can you pop it?" "No, popping pimples at home causes infection. You want it to get worse?" she asked, closing the washing machines after adding detergent. "It's too itchy and I think it's getting redder," Bobby continued, making Susan sigh. Her son was already 13, so his problems with pimples were only beginning. He needed to learn that popping was unsafe and scratching was not a good idea. "Let me see if we can put something on it," she agreed and went to her vanity mirror in her bathroom to find something. One of her skin creams would usually do, or at least should help ease the itchiness until the pimple went away. She told him to take his shirt off and apply the product. She had to admit it was redder than usual pimples and pus was gathering, but it wasn't anything alarming. "Thanks, Mom," Bobby said after the cool ointment was placed on his skin. "Sure, baby, but don't touch it again, please. This is just puberty. You were also in a populated city. There was dirt, strange people. Pimples probably just stress," she assured. "Go to sleep and it'll be better in the morning." "Okay," he nodded, returned his shirt and went to his room. They ate dinner that night and Bobby tried several times to scratch, but Susan gave him a look, so the boy had to use all his willpower to stop the urge. Bobby abruptly turned the light to his parents' bedroom, rushing to his mother's side and moving her harshly. "Mom, wake up," he whispered, alarmed. "What?" She woke up in a second, scared. "Mom, something's wrong. This is not a pimple. It hurts, Mom. Please look at it," he begged. "Oh, Bobby, it's 6 a.m., she complained, rubbing her eyes. "Please." "Fine, pull up your shirt. Let's see. Maybe I have to pop it. We'll get a dermatology appointment on Monday." "Okay." Susan saw the still incredibly red pimple on her son's back. It seemed to be getting bigger. It could be one of those big cysts from viral pimple popping videos. But still her son was desperate, so she had to try to do something. Using her thumb, she applied a little pressure on either side of the red spot and Bobby hissed. Unfortunately, nothing came out. "Brace yourself, I'm pressing again," she warned and tried again, but her hands flew back when she felt and saw something moving. "Oh my God!" "What?" "Get dressed, we're going to the emergency room now," Susan commanded and jumped out of bed. "So when we got on a flight, Bobby said there was a pimple on his back, Dr. Green. I thought it was nothing, but doctor, I tried to pop it this morning and it started to move." Susan told the doctor, her note revealing her disgust, anguish, and despair for her child. "What is it? Did my baby catch some kind of tropical bug?" The doctor focused on the pimple, saying, "Actually, Mrs. Watson, it's possible." "No," she wailed, beginning to lose her mind. "But calm down, it's entirely treatable. Let me do my thing," the doctor raised his hand. The physician applied some Vaseline to the pimple, and after a few minutes, he used a pair of tweezers to unearth a little worm. Susan gagged audibly, but Bobby was curious. "What is it?" "It's a little worm," Dr. Green nodded. "It's just what I suspected, a botfly larva." "What's that? How did he catch that?" she asked, dismayed. "Mrs. Watson, this can happen even here, although rarely. But flies put their eggs in clothes sometimes, and larvae can get into the skin," the physician exclaimed. "It's called myiasis, but it's nothing to worry about. I've removed it and the pus. I'm gonna cover it and you can add some wound ointment at home." "That's it?" Bobby asked, relieved. "Oh gosh," Susan breathed, still rattled out calmer. "That's it, kid. We travel 3 times a year at least. Will this happen again?" she asked, watching the doctor tell Bobby to put his clothes on. "Well, it's best to cover yourself thoroughly when you travel. Some people say ironing your clothes is a good idea because it'll kill the eggs," Dr. Green said as he removed his gloves. "Put mosquito repellent on and just be mindful." "So we can go?" she continued, nodding sharply. "Yep, after signing some paperwork. Right now I don't see signs of any other pimples," the doctor chuckled, "but if you see anything come back, they must be removed correctly." "Thank you, Dr. Green," Bobby smiled. Susan signed up everything and took Bobby home, but upon opening the door she exclaimed, "No more war climates. From now on, only cold vacations." And the whole family groaned.